Fed up with knives that just won't cut it, no matter how hard you seem to try? Well, we have the product for you.
Hi, I'm Pete, and I'm here today with a product that could save your life. Now you're wondering at home, Pete, what could you possibly have that could save my life? Well, it's this, the Final Cut Pro, the knife that's on the cutting edge. Here's Hope. Hope was once a non-believer, isn't that right, Hope?
Yes, it's very true.
Now what has the Final Cut Pro done for your kitchen needs?
It saved my life. I can cut anything and everything with that knife. No joke.
Did you hear that? Anything, anywhere, any size. Hope, let's get started. Why don't you grab one of those green peppers back there?
All right, sounds good.
All right. Here we go with this green pepper. Now, as you can see, the Final Cut Pro slices right through that, and look at all that nice pepper you have right there. Cut it any size, any shape, and there you go, green peppers. Hope to throw those in the bowl for me.
All right.
The Final Cut Pro, just about anything you can cut. Let's try apples. Let's try a Granny Smith apple.
All right, here you go.
Who doesn't like a fresh Granny Smith apple, Hope? Can you think of anyone?
I don't know anyone.
I really love to put them in a nice apple pie, but before you put them in the pie, you got to cut them up. Now let's try to cut up this apple real quick. Let's go right down the middle, the thickest part of the apple. And as you can see, the Final Cut Pro goes right through. You can cut that into as many sections as you like, or even nice small pieces right there. Hope, take a bite of that. Tell me how that tastes.
All right. A pretty good piece.
Would you say sharp?
It is sharp.
It tastes very sharp.
Oh, delicious.
Extremely sharp. Throw those in the bowl. All right, now what else could it cut? Let's try maybe some butter. Hope, grab some butter for us.
All right, I can do that. There you go.
Wow, look at this butter. And we're gonna go right through. This knife goes right through butter like a hot knife through butter. Would you look at that? Right in half. Throw that in the bowl. Now we've seen what the Final Cut Pro can do to peppers, apples, and butter, but now let's try everyone's favorite dessert, a chocolate bar. Hope, where's that Hershey's chocolate bar we have back there?
It's right here.
I knew we had one of those somewhere. Now take a look at this right here. As you can see, you can cut each part of the chocolate bar into individual segments, and they're even still wrapped right there. So you can split a chocolate bar with someone and not have to worry about all those germs that might possibly get on there. Hope, throw that in the bowl for me. Now this knife right here, you think, what would I pay for this knife? Hope, what would you pay for this knife?
Probably around $90.
$90. It's worth much more than that. Me personally, I'd pay my first unborn child, but not today. This knife is not going to go for $70. Oh no, not for $50. I don't think so. $20, not so much. 3 easy payments of $13.33. How's that sound to you,
That
Hope?
sounds pretty good.
That is an amazing deal that you don't want to pass up. But don't believe me. Listen to these people.
I tried out for the show Top Chef 3 years ago, and of course, I was cut. I almost gave up on cooking altogether, until the Final Cut Pro, that is. As soon as I got my hands on this knife set, I was chopping circles around those bitches. And now, I finally won.
Have you lost complete confidence in yourself after losing countless fights to a tomato? Then you need the Final Cut Pro. Don't go away. If you call within the next 10 minutes, we'll throw in the Final Cut Pro cleaning solution that will make your knife so shiny you'll stare at it for hours at a time without ever getting bored. You could even use it as a mirror instead of walking around with food stuck in your teeth without anyone telling you. Just spray and wipe, and your knife will be shinier than that diamond ring we all know you can't afford. That's why we'll throw it in for free.
Welcome back to the Final Cut Pro, knives on the cutting edge. And we have a new knife for you. Not only do you get that first knife, you also get this right here. This is going to be a bread and cheese, things like that cutting knife, your hors d'oeuvres knife, if you will. But first, let's get that cleaning solution, Hope, and let's wipe this puppy down.
There you go.
All right, there we go. Couple of quick squirts is all you need. Nice paper towel. And we are ready to go, nice and shiny. You can see yourself in that knife. Hope, get that bread for us real quick. Let's see what this thing can do to some bread. Here we go. Now take a look at this. Right through that bread. Look at that, beautiful. And you can cut as many pieces of this as you'd like. I'm gonna cut a few for myself and Hope here. Right through that bread, all right. Great job. Now, what do you put on this bread? Well, first, you're probably going to put some cheese on it. Let's get some cheese back there. What kind do we got today?
We have Gouda.
Looks like some nice Gouda cheese we have here. Put that bread over to the side. Let's throw one in the bowl, actually. There we go. Now, let's start cutting this cheese. Oh, man, look at that. Right through that cheese with almost no effort whatsoever. Unbelievable. Hope, put some cheese on that bread.
All right.
Let's see how that looks. Now, I also like some peanut butter on my cheese and bread, don't you?
Yes, I do,
I love peanut butter on
actually.
cheese and bread. Get that peanut butter back there.
Okay. It's right here.
This thing of peanut butter. Now, before you even put the peanut butter on, if you don't like opening the containers, you can just go like this and cut right through that container. Look at that. It's just that easy, folks. Food, containers, anything. And now you're open right here. Take some of that peanut butter out on that knife and spread it right on that cheese. How about that? A snack for your guests just that quickly, Hope.
Oh,
Try it out.
Do I really have to try
Take a little
this?
bite right there. Come on. It's going to be delicious.
It's like, okay.
There you go.
Oh,
Unbelievable.
It's
Bread,
delicious.
cheese, and
It really
peanut
is.
butter. Now,
so good.
our third thing we'd like to bring out right now that you can make for your guests at a party would be some cupcakes. Let me get these cupcakes right over here. Where are those cupcakes, Hope?
them right
There
over
they are. You have them. I knew somebody had them. All right. These cupcakes look absolutely delicious, but you know what? Sometimes you don't have enough cupcakes for the amount of people you have at your tea party. I have that problem all the time, don't you, Hope?
Oh, yeah.
And with this knife right here, not only can you cut the cupcakes, but put these over here. Look at this. You can cut them in exactly perfect pieces. So that way everybody at your party can have a cupcake. There you go, Hope. It looks you can have both. You can have both the cupcake for you and your friend. Sharing, it's the icing on the cake. Now, how much would you pay for this knife, Hope?
Like $50 at least.
$50? Never. This knife costs 3 easy payments of $13.33. $13.33. You spend more than that on groceries every week. But don't trust me. Listen to these people. They've had these knives as well.
Well, when my wife's at home, I sit around the house a lot and don't do very much cleaning. And she comes home and is angry and she beats me. But with the new Final Cut Pro knife cleaning solution, I can clean all the silverware, and my wife keeps her strikes confined to my kidneys, or something along those lines.
When my hot air balloon went down somewhere in the rainforest, I didn't know how I'd get by. But then I remembered my Final Cut Pro all-purpose utility knife, and it helped me survive for 14 days. I was able to use some of these attachments to create a tent out of the balloon, and I ate a couple passengers, but it got me through.
Let's be honest, making a salad shouldn't be this hard. So if you ever find yourself looking more like a tomato than a tomato, you should probably stay tuned, or else you might end up like this guy. Tired of knives that just don't cut it? Don't fret and don't touch that dial, because if you do, you'll miss out on the incredible Final Cut Pro sharpener. All it takes is a few scrapes and you'll have a blade so razor sharp it'll make Edward Scissorhands look like an employee at Ithacuts. Even though the Final Cut Pro is so sharp it's absolutely unnecessary, that's okay, cause it's free! Hate it when you bleed uncontrollably into your food while you make it? Nothing ruins a meal like a loose finger in your salad. Well, no more, because we're also throwing in these safety gloves so you can do your eating without the bleeding. No glove, no love. And don't worry, OJ, these gloves are one size fits all, even the guiltiest of people. And the best part is, they're free! What a steal!
The Final Cut Pro, knives on the cutting edge. Now you've seen what these knives can do, and occasionally these knives will get a little bit dull. Not very often, but they will. The amount of things you'll be cutting, it's going to be ridiculous. What we have for you as a free gift is this knife sharpener right here. Now you can see, all you have to do is a couple of quick swipes across this genuine sharpener right here, and your knife is just about as good as new. Now with that really, really sharp knife, you can cut anything, even human fingers, which is never going to be a good thing. So what we have for you also are these black safety gloves. Now black is the new pink, and you can see these knives look, or excuse me, these gloves look quite outstanding. And even with that freshly sharpened blade, you see like that, you still can't cut through these safety gloves. And you're going to need these safety gloves when you're cutting things like, aluminum, for example. Now, you're going to have a lot of beer cans left after a weekend. Me and Hope personally just got through a 12-pack right now. So let's see what this knife can do to an aluminum can. Get one of those Labatt Blues back there. Delicious. Absolutely delicious. And as you can see right here, This freshly sharpened blade will cut right through that can. Save the supermarket the recycling and just use the Final Cut Pro. It's unbelievable what this knife can do. Now this can was empty. How about a can of something full? How about some Campbell's soup? Hope we got some Campbell's soup back there.
Yes, we do.
Wonderful,
actually.
Tremendous. This can is full, and now maybe we'll add a little bit of soup dressing to our salad over there. There we go. Right through that baby. Let's get a look at that from over here. All right, look at that soup. It's just beaming trying to come through that can. Now let's add a little bit of that soup to our salad right there. And that looks delicious. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Now, what we don't have in this salad is some protein. We need to put a little meat in that salad, a little Caesar salad. Hope, why don't you grab us some of that meat back there?
All right. Okay. Here you go.
There we go. Nice slab of prime rib. Now let's cut that right off the bone. Look at that. Cuts right through that meat. Nice thin slices. And those will go nicely right in your salad over there. The Final Cut Pro, guys, the Final Cut Pro can cut just about anything. And for this price, I mean, if we're throwing in these gloves and this sharpener, this is the third knife you've seen in the set so far. How much would you pay for this?
At least like $200.
You'd be surprised to know this is a $200 value set, but we're going to give it to you for 3 payments of $13.33. That's just criminal. But don't believe me, hey, I'm just Pete Sachs. Believe these people, just like you.
We even made up a Final Cut Pro drinking game. Instead of shotgunning beers, we just chop them in half and chug them. It's sick. We get shit hammered and have knives.
I can honestly say that the Final Cut Pro saved my marriage. It actually gave my wife and I something to do together. My wife and I play this game where she tosses food at me and I cut it in midair, sort of like those Kill Bill movies. Except we actually don't kill anyone.
My husband and I got the Final Cut Pro set for our wedding. We used to make all kinds of things until I caught him in bed with my sister. Slut. The Final Cut Pro kit really came in handy during our divorce. Anything that reminded me of him, I just sliced it in half, just like he did to my heart. And now, I'm totally over it. Thanks, Final Cut Pro.
Do you hate having to walk across the kitchen just to get another knife? Then we'll throw in the Final Cut Pro holster so you can have all of your knives on you at once. As you can see, we've placed this Velcro safety strap so you don't have to worry about stabbing yourself to death. And it isn't just practical, it's also stylish. Everyone knows there's nothing cooler than camo pants, and now you can be even trendier with your camo holster. And the best part is, it's free. So call now and you can be almost as sharp as the knives themselves. Not really though, nothing's sharper than the Final Cut Pro. And don't forget, it's free! That's not all. We're also throwing in the convenient Final Cut Pro travel case so you can be ready for that wild animal that attacks you on your camping trip, or that thug who tries to mug your grandma on the street. So call now and you'll never have to say to yourself, if only I had brought my Final Cut Pro with me. It even holds all of the accessories so you have absolutely no excuse not to order everything. Just make one small payment of $29.99. Oh wait, never mind, it's flippin' free! It's free! What are you waiting for, you lazy pieces of poop? Get up and order now. It's free!
Hey guys, what's going on? I bet you've always wondered how you can take your knives all over the place with you. Well, with the Final Cut Pro, we have your solution. Now first, as you can see right here, I have a nice camouflage holster. The kids love the camouflage, and right here you can see the knives. They just come right out. This Velcro here, this Velcro little loop for safety. Wonderful, works perfectly. Now, if you're going a little bit further than just, a walk up and down the street, maybe you want to take these knives across state lines, then you'll have something just like this, a travel case. Hope you want to grab that for us?
Yes.
Beautiful, right here. Look at this beautiful black carrying case. Flip that thing open. Got some nice Velcro straps to strap all these things down. Just throw them right in there. Zipper them up and take them wherever you want to go. The travel case, beautiful. Now, Hope, let's get back to my favorite part of the show, cutting. We love to cut things here, and especially if you're a college student or maybe in high school and you have a couple of books that you want to get rid of, but you don't want your parents to find them. Cut them up into small enough pieces so they'll never find them. Where's that book back there we can get?
Right here.
There it is right there, like a textbook or maybe a graphic novel. Let's get my book cutting knife right here. Get that nice and secure and cut right through that book. Can we get a good shot of that? There it is. Right through that binding and right through that book. Look at that. A couple more cuts right there and you will be all set and ready to miss school the next day, which is the most important thing. Also, say you're outside gardening and there's a couple of branches that are around and scraggling in the way. Hope you've had that problem when you're gardening every now and again, don't you? All the time. We've got some of these sticks back here, very similar to what you would find in your backyard in the way of your bushes. And let's just chop those things right up into small little pieces. Look at that. It's just that easy, guys. It's just this easy. Let's take those sticks and throw them right in the salad over here. Beautiful. All right, now Hope, we're missing one thing from this salad, and it's pretty much essential to any salad, and what is that?
I think that's lettuce.
Of course it's lettuce, Hope, and we have a head of lettuce right back there.
Yes, we do.
Let's grab that and bring it right out to the front here.
There you go.
Beautiful head of romaine lettuce right there. Now, you could use this knife right here, and that will cut very easily, but what we're gonna do here is use this special product. It's the Gangster Sword Knife, and this is the biggest of our collection right here, and as you can see, it's pretty sharp, and to cut this lettuce, I'm gonna have to apply a little force, so Hope, could you please leave this area just for your own safety?
Definitely.
Thank you, that's great. All right, let's take a look at this right here now. Let's do a couple of swings, practice ones. 2, and on 3 we're gonna cut it. Here we go. 3, right down through there like that. Wipe off this knife a little bit right here, and beautiful. We have this head of lettuce right here, beautifully cut right down the middle. Hope, come on back in here. Help me crumple this into the salad.
All right.
Here we go. And now, doesn't that look delicious? And throwing in this Gangster Sword Knife, how much do you think this would cost, Hope?
An arm and a leg.
An arm and a leg. That's a little bit more, but you think that would cost more, but it doesn't. Throwing in this knife, it's still only going to be 3 easy payments of $13.33. Remember that number, $13.33, but don't believe me. Here's some people who have actually used this product.
I used to get teased a lot in high school, and I never had the courage to do anything about it. But now that I have this Gangster Sword Knife from Final Cut Pro, they can never fuck with me again.
I'm an ex-convict, so I can't really stay in one place for too long. That's why the Final Cut Pro travel case is perfect for anyone on the move. And these safety gloves, no fingerprints.
Before the Final Cut holster, I'd have to walk all the way to the other end of the kitchen just to get a different knife. And who has time for that? Now I have constant access to all of them. It's practical and stylish. The only thing sharper are the knives themselves.
There's no time to waste. The sooner you call, the sooner your kitchen can stop being a place for pain and start being a place for pleasure. I mean, if that's what you're into.
Well, guys, we're just about out of time, and Hope, we've had a lot of fun today cutting things and showing people and educating them about the Final Cut Pro. And look at all this stuff on the table right here you get in this package. You get the travel case, you get the holster, the sharpener, you get the spatula, that toy knife over there for your kids, the meat cleaver, the bread and cheese knife, the Gangster Sword, the cleaning solution, the safety gloves, and this special Final Cut Pro knife right here. And all of this stuff is about a $500 value, but let's wipe that right away. 3 easy payments of $13.33. But not only that, if you act in the next 5 minutes and use your credit card, we'll toss those second 2 payments right out the window. You'll pay 1 easy payment of $13.33 for everything you see here on this table, Hope. That's indeed a bargain.
That is a great deal.
A screaming deal. What do you say we eat some of this beautiful salad we've created and let these people at home call up and order the Final Cut Pro set?
That sounds like a plan.
Sounds like a good one. Yeah. Have a good day, everyone. Remember, the Final Cut Pro, knives on the cutting edge.
Supplies are limited, so call 1-800-CUT-STUFF within the next 5 minutes to get your set for one easy payment of $13.33. That's a $500 value of yours for only $13.33 plus shipping and handling. All major credit cards are accepted. For more information, visit our website at www.cutstuff.com. That's www.cutstuf.com. Final Cut Pro, knives on the cutting edge.